I'm Kelly, and I've taught here at Friends for 8 years, and during this time at Grow, part of the experience has been to reflect on teaching and reflect on we've been spending all this time reflecting on 21st century teaching and what that means. And so, of course, that means some kind of walk through memory lane about which teachers inspired me, and I feel like my memory is really Swiss cheese compared to so many people, because they're able to say, this person and the sun was shining in the window and they said this and there was this whoa, and ever since then I've had this in my teaching, and my memory is not working that way. But there are some teachers and some moments that I really remember, and they are inspiring, and they make me think about how they were maybe ahead, or maybe just good teaching that's always going to stay with us. And the first was an English professor in college, and everyone would be excited to go take his exams, because he would reframe what we had been talking about in an entirely different way, and it was the most active thinking exams you could imagine. You didn't know what quote he was going to pull in or how he was going to connect something to something else, and so you left exams, and they're just traditional, blue book, write down, pour out exams. You would leave exams feeling energized, and I feel like, okay, this traditional method, but the juxtaposition and the way it made you thought and engage was more 21st century. I really seek to engage my students, and I feel why I love what I'm doing and what I think we have to offer and with 21st century learning is bringing that engagement and the love of learning to kids. And what I feel like my important job is, it's kind of nice that we don't need to jam the space between people's ears with content anymore, because they can find out the content, but we do need to teach them they can work with other people, even if maybe they didn't enjoy each other's company so much when they first met, or last year, or last week. They can still work with that person, they can still get good, valuable ideas from that person. I feel like worship is something very important that I teach. We can teach people that they can work with their hands, they can surprise themselves, they can make mistakes in class, they can make mistakes often and recover. So I think that for me the 21st century moments are not, there are some big projects in it and they're all around, but they're not huge things in the day-to-day. It's a sudden inspiration, and I was talking to a parent about this recently who said, wow, it seems like classrooms are a lot less disciplined than when I was younger. I'm like, oh, this feeds into what we're talking about at Grow, how their structures are underneath, and something that appears undisciplined, you have to have all these structures. And they said, this is what is exciting about teaching right now, is that I know where the start point is, I know the kind of generalized path, place we want to end up, but I have no idea how we're going to zigzag and get there, and some of the things might place us further along the road than we had imagined together. I'm going to shut up.